Well, in general, for me, innovation is a way to do things differently. And it's not just about science, it's about everything in life. It's about thinking differently, it's about approaching a common task in a different way. It's about bringing new ideas, it's about bringing research and new products and new approaches. Well, I did when I was a real scientist, because now I'm more in the administration side. So I did some research work that was interesting on cancer and NF1 patients. But now I think I think where I can have the highest impact and where I can be innovative is in the way we're supporting and helping the scientists be successful. I always say for us at BC and with the scientists in BC, when they are successful, we are successful. So it's finding ways, different ways of helping them be successful in getting their money, getting the grants, advancing the projects, and getting the outcomes and deliverables they're planning to get. Yeah, I think it's interesting because, my job, as I say, is Chief Scientific Officer, so I'm in charge of all the scientific part of BC, and I am VP sectors, and our sectors go from human health to forestry, agriculture, aquaculture, fisheries, mining, environment, basically you name it. So the most challenging part for me is that one day I have to be talking in a clever way to all the health authorities, talking about health strategy, precision medicine, and maybe the next day I'm talking to the mining sector, and maybe the next day I'm talking to the aquaculture and fisheries. And I have to be prepared to be flexible, adapt. Well, yes and no. So a lot of things have been planned. One thing that I think for me was clear, I did medicine initially, but it was clear that I was passionate about genomics and genetics, even from medical school. So I knew that instead of seeing patients, I wanted to go into research and go into genomics. That has been kind of the point that has been in common in all my moves around the world. Now there's some opportunities that have been there because I was looking for them. Some others were just situations that I grabbed and they came. So it's a mix of planning and non-planning, but there's one continuum, which is genomics all over that path. If you're convinced of a path, it's not just about persevering, it's about trying to structure and build your environment around those ideas. People will say to me often, oh yeah, you have to keep on trying, persevere, but it's about being more strategic on how you build, you interact with people to try and advance your ideas or your beliefs and your goals. Many people. I can go from my first biology teacher when I was 12 years old. First time I heard about genetics, I was like, what? I want to do that. And then the person that taught me genetics at medical school also, I'm still in close contact with that professor, has been an inspiration for me. We need new ideas, we need new approaches, we need both to learn from each other. When we are now getting the projects that we're funding through Genome BC, we're encouraging to have these multidisciplinary teams with some very senior PIs, principal investigators, and some also very junior. It's a really excellent cross-pollination, is a learning in both senses. And is a way for us to keep the momentum and just bring new ideas. It's crucial. Science, just with the 2 or 3 just well-known and classical and more older, mature PIs, I don't think there's any. The real value is the young people that are bringing all these new ideas, all these new approaches.